And the fact is this, now they gave him the highest honor that the elephant can give to anybody. The highest honor that the elephant can give to anybody is their presence. They came, they stood with him, they stood in the house, they stood with the family, and after 2 days, they went away. Today I want to talk about something quite interesting. It's about leadership, something I learned about leadership from a group of elephants. Apparently what had happened is this: way back in the year 1999, all the way in South Africa, there were a group of elephants that were considered, a rogue, a disturbance, a menace to the society, and they were they made up their mind. There are about 9 elephants, and they were going to kill every one of them. And when they made up their mind to kill this elephant, somehow it got to the hearing of a man called Anthony Lawrence. Now immediately Anthony Lawrence got to hear about this, he stepped in and started looking for a rehabilitation center for this elephant, a place where they will be kept and protected from coming to disturbing the people living in that community. And when he started doing this, apparently this elephant did not just become vicious, angry, and aggressive. Apparently what had happened, the people living in those areas have been killing these elephants, and in order to protect themselves, each time they see a human being, they kind of interpret danger. So the way they found out that they could protect themselves is by going after these people so that they could be able to maintain their peace. And once in a while, the matriarch elephant, who serves as the leader of the herd, has been killed. And in doing this, the elephants suddenly start interpreting fear and danger signals whenever they see people around them. So in this, suddenly Anthony Lawrence stepped in and started raising these elephants, and he kept them, they call him the elephant whisperer, meaning somebody that talks to the elephant, somebody that understands the elephant, somebody that knows how to pacify the elephant. And this went on for like 13 years until a particular day, he kept the elephants, he started raising them, started bringing them up, and suddenly the elephants started growing, the more numbers were multiplying. They found that they was doing a good job with the elephant. The elephants were no longer aggressive, were no longer disturbing the people. So he created a reserve center, more like a game center for this elephant, or more like a resort center as well. So, and he was keeping the elephant. Then something, unexpected happened on a particular day. Suddenly, on the 7th of March, year 2012, Anthony Lawrence died. Now, when Anthony Lawrence died, it was a shock. He died of heart attack, and everybody started wondering what will happen next. 3 days later, when the elephant didn't see Anthony Lawrence, suddenly they came in, the heads of elephants. They came. The first head came on the 12, 3 days later, that's on the 10th. On the 10th of March, a group of elephants came. The following day, another group of elephants came. Now, nobody told them that Anthony Lawrence was dead, but somehow, some way, this elephant got to know, and they came to his house. Nobody was leading them. Nobody told them that Anthony was gone. They came. Now, this is to show you the level of connection that came. The elephants seemed to have a way of being able to pick up signals of what was going on. Somehow nobody could explain how they got to know that Anthony was dead, but they came to the house, and the elephants they didn't disturb anybody. They stood outside the house for 2 days. For 2 days, the first head of the elephant came on the 10th, which was a Sunday. The second elephant came on the 11th, which was a Monday, and they stood there for 2 days. And after 2 days of mourning the death of Anthony Lawrence, they got up and started walking away. Now, this is it. Now, it shows that there is a strong connection between Anthony and this elephant, and some way, science could not explain this, how they got to know and walked up straight to their. Now they walked 12 miles. This elephant walked 12 miles, 12 hours just to get to his house. And they came there, they stayed with him, they mourned with the other members of the family that were mourning, and got up in the same way they came and started walking back to the wilderness. Now, leadership is about connection, not about control. Now, it shows the connection that this elephant and Anthony Lawrence has developed over the years. And even though they were not there to see what was happening to him physically, emotionally, they could connect with him, and they could just pick up the fact that this man was dead, and they came up to come and pay their last respect. The story goes up to show that true leadership is not in screaming, true leadership is not in forcing people to do what they want to do, and true leadership resonates. Now, the elephant identified with him in every way, so much so that when he was there, they didn't need anybody to come and tell them that he was there. They had to come to came to his house. And the fact is this, now they gave him the highest honor that the elephant can give to anybody. The highest honor that the elephant can give to anybody is their presence. They came, they stood with him, they stood in the house, they stood with the family, and after 2 days, they went away. Thank you.